Hey y'all, this is Tyler Town, sports scientist here at Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today I'm going to be going over our return to performance protocol for our ACL reconstruction patients and athletes. So the first test that you're going to see me perform is a Y-balance test. Our Y-balance test is used to test single leg stabilization for the injured and uninjured leg. So here I'm performing the Y-balance test. I'm standing on the block, foot behind the red line, and I'm reaching in three directions: anterior reach, posterior medial, and posterior lateral. You'll get three trials, 3 attempts for each trial on each leg. Here's proper foot positioning: base foot behind the red line, opposite foot pushing only on the red rectangle that you see in front of you. Improper foot positioning: base foot over the red line. Here's a video of my base foot over the red line and my opposite foot pushing on top of the block, even though it's supposed to be on the red rectangle. This concludes our review of the Y-balance test. So now for the fun part, our biodex test. This is an isokinetic test that measures strength, power, and endurance. So for our athletes, we'll have them strapped down in the chair, nice and secure, and they're going to kick their leg out and pull their leg in to work knee extensors and knee flexors. Our biodex test measures force output at three speeds: 60, 180, and 300 degrees. This test gives us insight on strength, power, and endurance compared bilaterally. This concludes our overview for the biodex test. Now to the dynamic part of the test, our counter movement jump. There are a few key points I'd like to touch on for our counter movement jump. Feet should be under the shoulders, hands should be on the hips, you should be standing nice and tall, eyes are forward. When instructed to do so, you'll jump as high and as fast as possible and stick the landing on the way down. Here's what not to do: hands leaving the hips on the way up, feet not landing under the hips. Now on to our single leg vertical. Feet under the shoulders, hands on the hips, jumping high and as fast as possible, sticking the landing on the way down. Here's what not to do: loading and jumping as slow as you possibly can, hands leaving the hips when entering the air. Now on to our single leg hop testing. First we have a single leg hop, loading up behind the red line, jumping for distance, and sticking the landing. Here's what not to do: foot starting over the red line, unstable landing once the foot hits the ground. And last but not least, our triple hop: 3 consecutive hops, sticking the landing on the last one. And this concludes our return to performance testing protocol. We hope that these videos give you a clear insight on what we'll be looking at when you come to do your functional test.